BP continues to break records, but not in a good way. Theirs was the biggest ever offshore oil spill. Now BP will pay the biggest ever criminal fine in US history as part of a $4.5 billion settlement. The oil giant has pleaded guilty to 14 criminal charges relating to the Deepwater Horizon disaster, which killed 11 workers and fouled the Gulf of Mexico with millions of barrels of crude oil. Here's Jane Deeth.
The explosion in the Gulf of Mexico claimed 11 lives, and for 87 days, millions of tons of oil spewed into the sea. The US government was threatening to take BP, which owned the well, to court. Today, the Justice Department announced the oil giant had settled the case by admitting guilt and paying a penalty of $4.5 billion.
The department filed a 14-count information charging BP with 11 counts of felony manslaughter, 1 count of felony obstruction of justice, and violations of the Clean Water and Migratory Bird Treaty Acts in connection with the Deepwater Horizon oil spill that began in April of 2010.
The chief executive issued this contrite statement.
All of us at BP deeply regret the tragic loss of life caused by the Deepwater Horizon accident, as well as the impact of the spill on the Gulf Coast region. We apologise for our role in the accident, and as today's resolution with the US government further reflects, we have accepted responsibility for our actions.
So the oil companies avoided a criminal trial with the $4.5 billion settlement. But that could just be a fraction of what BP may have to stump up for the Deepwater disaster. Because the company also faces a sea of civil claims for compensation, from authorities that had to clean up beaches to fishermen whose businesses were ruined. The company has set aside $38 billion to deal with all of that. But writing checks won't get BP back to where it was before Deepwater Horizon. It could take years to clean up its image with the public and investors.